Your preferences, you can just set it up for, if you have an MPC, you want to set this up actually as other. I would say set it up as other. Then let's just say for here, I'm sorry, when you set it up as other, you'll have a drop-down menu. On this drop-down menu, you see where it says MIDI control keyboard. What you want to do is you want to go to MIDI control surface, and then on your MIDI input, on the name, you can change the name actually to MPC or whatever you would like to change it to. You will go hit this find button. Now, as you can see, on the find MIDI input, it says move a control or press a key on your control surface. Now, on this step, this is where you'll be pressing the actual MPC pad to see if anything triggers and shows up. So as you can see here, I'm at my MPC. I hit the pad. I hit this pad. Now I look back and you see it says USB Axiom 61 port 2. Whatever yours might say, if when you press this pad, if you don't see anything in the find MIDI input, then you are doing something wrong. Your next step is to hit the choose button, which I already have chosen, so you have to hit the choose button, and then it will actually show up in this menu. In this menu, if you have your keyboard connected already and you have your new controller that actually just popped up, you want to erase the previous keyboard that you have connected, or you want to uncheck it. And after this point, you would just close this out, your hardware device tab, and from your hardware, it should actually have your interface. Mine is a Firewire 410, as you can see. Then you hit the Add MIDI device. Now, in this menu here, this is extremely important. Let me move this. You have A, B, C, D. Now, as you can see, it says USB Axiom 61 port 2. That's the same port that as soon as I hit the MPC pad that just popped up in the preferences menu. So you have all of your channels from 1 to channel 16. As you can see, right now it's empty because we do not have any modules inside of Reason. So let's place a module inside of Reason. As you can see, that Reason is open, it's completely empty. So I want to take a Thor, add a Thor. Let me take a NNXT and add an NNXT. So I have a Thor, an NNXT, and a mixer. Now at this point, from channel 1 to channel 16 is still empty. So what you want to do is, you want to go down to channel 1 and you want to set that as Thor. You want to go to channel 2 and you want to set it as NNXT. So for your channel 1, is Thor, and your channel 2 is NNXT. It could be set up opposite. Your channel 1, it could be NNXT. Your channel 2 can be Thor. Now for your next step actually is to go back to your MPC. But first, let me make sure that I show you guys. Thor is channel 1, and NXT is channel 2. The next step is to go back to your MPC before you do anything else in Reason. Make sure your track 1 is set up the same as your Midi device 1. So as you can see on MPC, it says Midi track 1. And on the track, it says track 01. So as soon as we hit these pads, it should actually trigger our Thor sound. That's on track 1 in Reason. So as you can see, it is set up. And now from the same window, you remember how we just set up track 2 in NXT. So as you can see that we go to track number 2, Midi device at number 2, and we hit these pads, and now you hear that it's still a piano sound. So all your banks are working on the bank C. You go to bank D, it's all working, and when you go back to your controller, it's still actually working the same way. So we go back to track 1, it's our Thor sounds. We go on the MIDI controller. Now that's exactly how you set it up in Reason. Now for each channel in Reason, you would just have your devices set up accordingly. Also as well too, you can have, as you see, up to 16 channel devices. And on your MPC, you would just have it the same way from track 1 to track 16. Thank you for tuning into this video. I hope this has helped you as much as possible. And please subscribe. I have new videos coming soon. Thank you.